Today we're gonna do a little bit of experimenting. We have this new 2019 Axe Avenge. This is the BBCOR version of the bat. It's a 33 drop 30. This has a few new things to it. Really, of course, you know that handle, right? This new connection piece, so it's a 2-piece composite. This is really Axe's sort of marquee top-end bat. They do have some other ones with similar features, but this is the only one that's a 2-piece composite. This is what we're gonna do though. And this bat's basically new. We've hit with it maybe 10 times. We're gonna get some compression tests on the bat first. Then we're gonna hit with the bat and see how well we hit with it using our Rapsodo device. Then we're gonna roll the bat and work it in a little bit, then get more compression testing, confirm that we indeed changed the compression, then go back to the Rapsodo, hit with the Rapsodo, and see what our ball exit speed can be. Pre-worked in compression testing. We have hit a couple times with that. Seriously, maybe 15. We're gonna try to put that hitting zone directly up on this compression test. All right, in between 1425 and 1400 and 1450. And to be perfectly clear, we are confident that Axe Bats does not recommend this whatsoever. We're also sure that a lot of people would say that this bat, because it has now been manipulated mechanically, is illegal. So here's the Avenge. We've hit with it, sort of a pre-worked in state. Really, when you hit with the Axe, you're only gonna hit with this side, right? And that's some of the genius in the bat, is that they only have to decide sort of one side of the attack, and so they can make this back more reinforcement and the front more about trampoline effect. If you talk to the guys at Axe, that's what they'll tell you is really cool about it. And we think it's true, right? That's why they can sort of make this asymmetric handle, because it's always this one-sided hitting, or whatever you want to call it. So when we roll a bat inside of this roller, kind of a weird thing for the Axe is we don't care too much about the trampoline effect of the back, right? What we care about is the front, but the rollers, at least anyone I've ever seen, you're not able to roll just one side of the bat. You got to roll both. So what we'll do is we'll sort of roll the hitting side of this bat. We'll really focus on, maybe 3 angles right here. So the idea is that we are trying to simulate some hits. This is just real soft. I'm doing about 20 hits on each little spot right here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, we have simulated what I think is probably about 400 compressions. Some people would say 5,000 hits. Some people would say 200 hits. You can actually, if you could feel the barrel right now, you'd actually feel it's actually pretty warm right here. And that's good, right? That's what we wanted. This is our post-compression rolling number. We originally had it a little bit over 14, or right around 1450 or so. And if our rolling worked, we should see a little bit of a lower number. And indeed, the number is lower. And now we're down at, and when it settles in there, about 1300. So we've definitely changed some compression on this bat. It sounds different to me. Now that it's quote unquote worked in. And that was hot too. That was the hottest hit that you guys just saw. That, not that one, the one that you just missed. The previous one was the hottest hit at 74-ish. Again, we manipulated the roll. We manipulated the work in. The question becomes: is it illegal? And again, put a comment below if you think it is or isn't. We're of the opinion that it is illegal. We like to pretend like we're real scientists here, and any real scientist would say our problem is we have user bias, right? He saw it. He saw it get rolled. His mind, it's the placebo effect. He now thinks it's hotter, so he probably swings harder. He probably believes, and there's so much value just in that. So me asking you, how did the bat feel, is probably not a real fair, it's pseudoscience. But I will ask you anyways, how did the bat feel?
It felt good. I feel like it felt better.
So what did we learn?
Better?
Well, probably what we already knew, that a worked-in composite bat can in fact hit the ball faster than a bat that is not worked in. Our data here shows we're hitting it about 8 feet further, about a mile an hour faster. Not a crazy amount though. And I think a lot of people think when they roll their bat or get their bat rolled, it's going to be some dramatic difference. At least according to this, not a ton of difference, but definitely enough, I think, to show Although I'd love to have a bigger data set and more hitters and more bats, I think the show, yeah, it does do something. Clearly the compression number coming down from 1450 to 1300, that was sort of an interesting thing. And then to sort of equate that to a mile or so difference in 8 feet, that's great. I think the question that's not answered in this video is, can we get that same sort of work in by simply hitting a ball off of a tee instead of actually going off and getting it rolled? My gut feeling is yes, but we'll have to do some more research. So stay tuned, folks. Subscribe.